Very good morning to everyone. One of the cornerstones of a Mulsford education is community. And the Mulsford community is made up of a great number of different people. We have the boys, the staff, the parents, the governors, the old moles, the ex-parents, the ex-staff. But there's also a wider community. And we do a lot of charitable work for the wider community. So we always support an international charity, such as Inspire, which was supported by the South Africa tour, or more locally, the Rivertime Boat Trust. And sometimes we raise money for these charities. So for example, Mulsford's Got Talent, which will happen next Friday, is going to raise money for the Rivertime Boat Trust. But often it's just about making a connection with that charity or with different people from outside of the immediate Mulsford community. And we're going to hear about a strong connection Year 8 have made recently after the hymn. Now, after Common Entrance, the Year 8 boys embarked on their Leavers programme. And this programme was put together by Mr. Martin, the head of Year 8, and his team. And it's a really fantastic programme designed to develop all sorts of skills amongst the boys. So they've had a Design and Technology Day, a French Day, The Apprentice run by Mr. English, a day about making a positive first impression, a day about gambling addiction and awareness of that. But the first day was all about raising awareness of the impact of coronavirus, particularly on those elderly people who are in care homes. Now, many of these people have had no visits since March, and some of the residents of the care homes are very hard of hearing, so phone calls are extremely difficult. Perhaps the staff who are in those care homes, or the nurses or the carers, are wearing PPE and face masks. That makes it very isolating for the elderly residents who are in these care homes. So the Year 8 boys wrote to the elderly residents of 2 local care homes. One of them was the Old Vicarage, which is in Mulsford, and the other was Rush Court, which is in Shillingford. And this lovely letter on screen now was written by Max to Phyllis, who was in the Old Vicarage. And Max received this reply from Phyllis, which I'm going to read to you now. To the kind 13-year-old pupil at Mulsford School who wrote to a stranger. Thank you so much for your letter. I was delighted to hear from you. Letters are very precious to all of us here, especially now that we are not allowed visitors. I am fortunate because I have grown-up children and grandchildren who normally visit all right. But there are a few residents who have no one. I am glad you enjoyed your birthday. I wonder what a Zoom is. I shall have to ask my grandchildren. So you will be moving on to a new school soon. How exciting. You'll be meeting new people, and hopefully your old friends will attend the new school with you. Yes, I do remember when I was at school. When I was your age, the war was on, the Second World War. My older sister and I were evacuated to stay with our grandmother in Andover. But while we were at home in Southall, enemy bombers regularly flew overhead throughout the day and night, and we had to spend a lot of time in the air raid shelters. We were not bombed in Southall, but a stray bomb once fell in the park, and Lord Haw-Haw, a German broadcaster, announced, "There are no more tulips in Southall Park." It was not true, of course, and Lord Haw-Haw, whose real name was William Joyce, was imprisoned after the war. He was actually an Englishman living in Germany. I'm glad that you've had a great time at Mulsford School. I hope you will be able to keep in touch with the friends you have made there. Some friendships can last a very long time and are very precious. So are new ones, of course. Thank you again for your letter. I was so thrilled to receive it. Well, what a lovely story, and what a lovely connection. Well done to Max and to all the Year 8 boys who wrote those letters to the residents in the care homes. Max's letter meant the absolute world to Phyllis, and perhaps you could start a correspondence with an elderly resident in a care home near you. Now, the first prayer is a prayer for the elderly. Dear Lord, thank you for the long life you have granted the elderly. Help us let them know we value them, their wisdom and experiences. We ask that they be blessed, honored and respected until the end of their time on this earth. Amen. And we say the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Have a lovely weekend, and we look forward to seeing many of you next week.